Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Michael and Willow talked with Austin at the hospital. Willow said that Austin thought she looked fantastic, and that although it had only been 12 weeks since the transplant, it had seemed like a very long time. Willow declared, "I'm finally getting my life back." Dex was lurking nearby, but Michael didn't stop talking to Austin and Willow until Austin went back to work. Willow acknowledged that she no longer dreaded regular checkups and that it felt like a great weight had been lifted off her shoulders. As corny as it may sound, Michael was delighted for Willow and acknowledged that he didn't take anything for granted because he considered it a gift to wake up next to her and hear her talking to their kids. Michael declared, "I'm the luckiest man in the world." Following Willow's appointment, Michael approached Dex. Dex said he didn't have much time, so Michael inquired directly if he had been keeping an eye on Austin as per Sonny's instructions. A short while afterwards, Willow came back and revealed that she was now okay to re-enter the public realm. Michael was taken aback and inquired if there were any limitations. Despite Dr. Randolph's prediction that it could take up to a year for Willow's immune system to recover, Willow acknowledged that her blood cell count had been healthy. Willow reassured Michael that she had no plans to start working again until she had fully recovered from her illness. She was thrilled to be released from house jail and free to go for walks with the kids. In addition, Clara, the nurse who had been assigned to care for Willow while she was in isolation, made Willow thrilled to see her. Because Clara had 3 children and understood how difficult it had been for Willow to be apart from Wiley and Amelia, Willow acknowledged that Clara had been a great source of comfort. Michael offered that they go somewhere to celebrate after Willow said she wanted to hang on to her joy. As Portia viewed a picture of her and Curtis on their wedding day in her office, tears welled up in her eyes. Her mind wandered back to the day before, when she had observed Curtis as Roy worked on his physical therapy. When Marshall rang the doorbell and walked inside her office, she put the memory out of her mind. After meeting each other, Marshall said he wanted to talk to her about a situation. "The Savoy," declared Marshall. Marshall disclosed that the bartender at the Savoy had called him to seek for assistance because Anika was too busy managing everything. Marshall emphasized that Curtis was the soul and heart of the Savoy and did more than just manage day-to-day operations. "He was the Savoy," Portia declared. Marshall emphasized that it was his and Portia's responsibility to maintain Curtis' goal. Portia later noticed Dex in the corridor. Dex explained that he was there for a yearly checkup in response to her question about what he was doing there. Dex witnessed Mason enter the hospital after Portia left. Mason made a beeline for Austin's office, and Dex followed him fast. Dex stood near to the door and made an effort to listen in. Betty gave Mason the flash drive at Austin's office. Betty triumphantly declared, "I got the pikeman goods on Sonny." Austin told Mason that his mission had been completed and he should be satisfied. Mason questioned, "What makes you think you can just walk away?" Austin questioned why Mason wouldn't leave his cousin alone out of frustration. Mason said, "You got it. You're not out until the boss says you're out." At the rehabilitation center, Curtis' physical therapist encouraged him as he attempted to stand up by pushing against the wheelchair's arms. Selena stood in the doorway and silently observed Curtis' failure to reach his objective. Roy remarked that Curtis wasn't the kind to quit up when Curtis complained that he had been able to get up the day before out of frustration. Roy remarked, "You're not going to allow a spinal injury get you down." Roy counseled Curtis to concentrate and unwind. Later, while Curtis curled a set of weights to increase the strength in his arms, he was perspiring. Roy came back with a stack of towels, but when he spotted Curtis, he put them down. Roy insisted that Curtis take a nap out of concern. Curtis refused to give Roy the weights, insisting that he could perform 10 more curls. Roy gave Curtis a water bottle and left to put the towels away, even though he thought Curtis was right. Curtis was not delighted to see Selena when she approached and greeted him. "We need our buddies in situations like this," Selena remarked. Curtis inquired, Who says we're friends? Selena accused Curtis of always being suspicious, but she stated that she was ready to take the Savoy off Curtis' hands and would make him a generous offer. Selena seemed astonished by Curtis' reaction, but Curtis made it apparent that he wanted Selena to get to the point of her goodwill tour. Marshall uttered, "Over my dead body," from the doorway. Marshall advised that Curtis should concentrate on getting stronger, even though Curtis had demonstrated his ability to manage Selena. Selena argued that she had just been there out of goodwill and that she had only intended to lighten Curtis' load until Marshall chose to correct Miss Wu on a few points. Marshall informed Selena that Curtis' family would look after the nightclub until Curtis could return and that the Savoy was not up for sale. Marshall and Selena were both told by Curtis that although his legs might not be functional, he was still capable of operating the Savoy since his mind was in pristine condition. Marshall was cautioned by Selena that she had made the offer in good faith and that managing a nightclub was not for the weak of heart. Therefore, Selena advised, "You'd be wise to keep my proposal in mind." After Selena had left, Curtis told Marshall that since he had been handling Selena for a while, he didn't need his father to take up arms for him. Marshall acknowledged that he had feared Curtis would accept Selena's proposal. Curtis questioned, "Why? Is it because I'm in a wheelchair?" Curtis clarified that although he didn't want to live the rest of his life in a wheelchair, he could still manage the Savoy even if he was never able to walk again. Marshall had faith in his son and was aware of Curtis's devotion to the nightclub. Curtis informed his father that Marshall knew very little about running a nightclub, despite Marshall's determination to keep the Savoy open until Curtis' return. Marshall said he wanted to learn from Curtis since he was the best. Marshall acknowledged that he desired the chance to give back to his son to whom he owed everything, including a family that Curtis had bestowed upon him. Trina and Ava took a seat at a table by the pool at Metro Court. Trina answered Ava's question regarding Curtis by saying that he had been transferred to a recovery center, but that things were still challenging. Ava wanted to know if Curtis' paralysis was a long-term condition. Trina stated that Curtis' spine had been slightly injured by the bullet, but there was cause for optimism because not all spinal injuries were the same. Trina received assurances from Ava that she would never leave her side. Ava was shocked when Trina admitted that she had declined the position with the prestigious museum because Trina would rather work at the Jerome Gallery. The talk then shifted to Trina's job offer at the Chuck. Trina was touched when Ava expressed her desire for Trina to return to the gallery. Trina acknowledged that she felt more at ease around Ava and that she valued having the freedom to choose her own hours, particularly given everything going on in her personal life. Spencer yelled to Trina just then. Trina was invited to join Spencer and Ace in the pool by Spencer. When Trina grinned, Ava said that Spencer got along well with Ace. Trina concurred and acknowledged that Spencer and his brother were inseparable and dedicated to one another. Ava wondered if Trina found having Esme in the picture difficult. Nina approached before Trina could respond. Trina pounced on the chance to excuse herself and join Ace and Spencer. Nina sat down and inquired as to why Ava had requested a meeting. Nina questioned, "What are we celebrating?" Ava cryptically remarked, "The end of my nightmare." Nina pressed Ava for more information, but Ava insisted that she had just been alluding to the stress that Ava had been experiencing. Nina was aware that this was wrong and surmised that it was related to what she had witnessed in Sunny's office the day before. Nina noted that there had been a sense of tension between Sunny and Ava. Nina was reassured by Ava that she didn't need to worry. Ava added, "And soon, it'll be the same for me." Nina maintained that because she intended to marry Sunny, she had a right to know anything that affected him. Ava said, "Unless the tip regarding the SEC gets out." That was cruel, Nina alleged. Although Nina was aware that Ava had been evading, she reassured her that she would listen when Ava was prepared to speak. Nina left, and Michael and Willow followed. They had nearly missed Nina, Ava said. "Lucky for us," Michael remarked. Ava felt let down. She expressed her desire for Nina to be given another chance to Michael and Willow. Willow informed Ava that recently she had been trying harder. Ava was happy and emphasized that they should all spread love because Nina loved Willow so much. Michael noted Ava seemed to be in an out-of-the-ordinary cheerful mood. "Life is good, and it's about to get a hell of a lot better," Ava declared. Ace was sitting on his older brother's lap as Spencer and Trina talked to them from a set of lounge chairs nearby. Esme paused in the doorway and observed as Trina confided in Spencer about her worries for Portia and the difficulties Curtis will encounter in a wheelchair, turning their flirty banter into a serious exchange. Although Spencer reassured Trina that he would want to spend the day with her, he thought Trina would feel better if she called her mother. When Esme heard what Spencer had said, she grinned. Trina, meanwhile, was moved by Spencer's encouragement. Trina was reminded by Spencer that the best thing she could do for her mother was to be there for her. Trina grinned as she complimented Spencer on his sound advice for a boy. Trina remarked, "Your girlfriend is incredibly lucky." Spencer chimed in, "I know," in a playful manner. Trina departed after they exchanged a short kiss on the lips. Esme snuck off. A short while later, Esme appeared to have just arrived as she stepped up in a cover-up and with a beach bag. She asserted that she had read his text message informing her that he would be taking Ace to the pool and that she had wanted to meet them before they departed. Ace was asked if he was prepared to join Esme in the pool. Spencer spotted her pink bikini as she removed her cover-up, but he quickly averted his gaze. When Spencer joined Esme and Ace in the water, she was all grins. Trina discovered her mother researching wheelchair lifts and ramps for her home online while at the hospital. Portia thanked Trina for the latte that Trina had picked up and was delighted to see her daughter. Trina acknowledged that Spencer had suggested her check on Portia. When Trina saw what her mother had been observing, she told Portia that Curtis' recuperation would include more than just wheelchair ramps. Trina acknowledged that she was worried about Portia, but Portia defended herself by saying that she wanted to concentrate on Curtis' needs and comfort because she needed her husband to come back. Sam agreed to meet Cody in a coffee shop at his suggestion. She believed that Cody had run into trouble with the law once more when he stated that he needed her assistance. Cody revealed that Sasha was the subject. "She's in danger," Cody declared. Cody said that immediate action was required. He promptly informed Sam about using Brooke Lynn's assistance to secretly visit Sasha and the horrific condition in which he had discovered Sasha. Cody confided in Sam that he was positive Sasha had been drugged and that he required Sam's assistance to establish this. When Sam questioned Cody's certainty, he offered for Sam to visit Ferncliff and make her own judgment. Sasha had been doing well enough to seek to terminate the guardianship, which would have left Gladys penniless, Cody said. Sam acknowledged that Sasha had been Gladys' means of subsistence, and Cody emphasized how odd the timing had been. Cody was forewarned by Sam that they would want more than his theory. Cody got up and declared that he would get Sam proof because he was furious. Gladys approached Officer Robinson at the front desk of the police station and asked to see Dante. Gladys declared, "It's a matter of life and death." Dante inquired with Gladys about the situation after hearing the uproar. Gladys said that since Cody had disregarded Sasha's visitor restrictions, she needed to get a restraining order against his pal Cody Bell right now. Cody, she charged, had used an extremely vulnerable woman by entering Ferncliff and upsetting Sasha. Gladys asserted that Cody exacerbated Sasha's already acute, traumatized state. As Gladys continued to talk about how Cody had caused Sasha to have yet another breakdown, Mac entered the team room. Gladys demanded a restraining order, insisting that it was her responsibility to defend Sasha. Gladys was sent by Mac, unwillingly, to Officer Robinson to handle the paperwork. Gladys went to the front desk when Matt questioned what type of difficulty Cody had gotten himself into. Dante said he was interested in hearing Cody's account because they had to be skeptical of anything Gladys claimed. Dante reassured Mac that Cody loved Sasha and would never intentionally try to hurt her. Mac acknowledged that he wasn't in a position to criticize because, when Leopold Taube had Dominique committed, Mac had been in a similar circumstance to Cody's mother. Mac said that Cody and he both had a strong desire to save the women they cared about. Dante instantly recalled reading the DNA findings that had shown Mac's paternity for Cody. Later, Cody barged into the squad room and ordered Dante to perform his duties. Cody was advised that he was not allowed to be 500 feet or closer to Sasha by Gladys as she marched over and slapped the restraining order against his chest. Cody was furious and accused Gladys of tormenting Sasha and locking her up in a loony bin, since that was the only way to prevent Sasha from interrupting Gladys. Cody yelled, "You don't care about Sasha. All you care about is the money." Cody quickly lunged towards Gladys, shocking her, but Mac, Dante, and Officer Robinson were able to stop him. Cody made a promise to make Gladys pay for what she had done to Sasha as he was hauled by Dante and Officer Robinson to the questioning area. Gladys yelled for Mac to detain Cody, and Mac responded that if he did, he would have to take Cody's statement and investigate any allegations he made against Gladys. Gladys answered, "You win, Commissioner." Gladys, though, anticipated that the restraining order would be followed. Sasha denied using any drugs when Mandy, who was worried, questioned her at Ferncliff about what she had taken. Mandy added that after looking over Sasha's medical records, she discovered that none of the drugs she had been prescribed could possibly be responsible for the condition she was in. Sasha said, "I don't know. Something they're giving me." Dr. Montague interrupted Mandy's attempt to question Sasha more by entering the room. He said, "Is there a problem here?" Sasha's incoherence, which didn't line up with the medication she had been given, had caused Mandy concern, she said.